What's up, we just want to do a quick video about instant gratification, man. A lot of us are fucking spending our money foolishly, our hard-working money on material things just because you want instant gratification. You want to be accepted. You want to look cool. You want to be cool. You want to be badass. Pull up on that fucking badass whip. But then when you get out of that whip, man, fuck, man, you know damn well you don't feel good. You know damn well you fucking don't look good, and you just want instant gratification by pulling up on a badass whip, not knowing that what matters here is you. You know, who's that person behind that whip? Who's that individual that's fucking pulling up? Is he pulling up correct? Is he pulling up on point? How you show up? You know, how do you pull up? A lot of people are missing that, man. Our culture, been manipulated. Society has us fooled. Society has us all twisted where like we just, chase the money, chase the instant gratification. We use the money towards, things that are not gonna build us. We don't invest. We use it like, in a manner that's just gonna be self-destruct by indulging in pleasure, drinking of alcohol, substances that are destroying you, too much pleasure chasing, too much consumption of food. We're walking around like fucking just liabilities, man, waiting for a heart attack. Fuck, right around the corner from a fucking stroke, with fucking a lot of health complications. Man, we gotta stop all that shit, man. We gotta realize what we're doing to ourselves, how we're treating our body. The way that, we don't, break that cycle and show our kids that, what, fuck living like this. It's not about fucking, working your ass off for this material thing, these fucking things that don't matter, that when you're dead anyways, that, you ain't gonna take with you. Why wouldn't you want to invest in yourself? Why wouldn't you want to put that money, where it's gonna help you in all areas of life? Mindset, fitness, nutrition, a better lifestyle with your family, better better role model for your kids. Invest in yourself. The best investment you're gonna do is in yourself. But why is everybody scared to do that? Why is everybody afraid to put money on themselves, to bet on themselves? Because they know they ain't gonna pull it off, man. We're good liars. We come up with some lame ass excuses. We keep, we don't learn the lesson till we learn the lesson. We keep doing the same shit, looking for happiness in the same place we're losing it. In that alcohol, in that drink, in that indulgement of food, pleasure chasing, drug addictions. Boredom leads to desires, desire leads to vices. That's all it is. When you have a purpose in life, you start putting all that shit aside and realizing what's most important here. To lead by example, break that cycle. Somebody has to break that cycle of destroying ourselves. Society has us fooled. Our culture here is just, we've been groomed and laced to, live in poverty, live in such of a, disbelief. We get happy, we get content, we get satisfied with the bare minimum, thinking that that's being grateful, that that's showing gratitude just because you're content and you're happy with what you have, very little. But then your health is suffering. You're putting your kids into a predicament of them, being in a situation when where it's gonna be difficult for them and hard for them to watch you die slowly by all the bad habits that you have. Man, we gotta fucking stop and realize that shit, man. I see that shit all so often, man, that it made me sick, man. And that's when I started realizing, like, nah, man, I had to be the one that, to break that cycle, with my family. Used to just fucking coming home and just drinking our asses off, destroying ourselves, not even looking for more, not wanting to become more. Now I wanted more, man. So I knew there was something out there, man. But a lot of times we're in our own way. Our bad habits keep us there. Change is possible, but you gotta understand that you gotta put in the work, and that's what everybody doesn't want to do. Nobody wants to put in the work. Everybody wants what's the easiest. What's the fucking easiest way to get there? What's the easiest way to make that money? We always want to take shortcuts, you know. We just been so fucking groomed to fucking want the easy route. Choose the path of less resistance. The path of less resistance is gonna get you nowhere, man, because there's no adversity. There you don't deal with nothing, you don't overcome nothing, you don't face nothing. So what do you expect? Nothing's good is gonna come out of that shit. You know, if it was easy, you know, everything in this life, you know, all the good stuff, man, it's earned. It's earned, and you gotta put in the work. So a lot of people that are, you know, hating on others, or you know, shitting on their fucking goals or on their mission that they're after, you know, looking at them from the sidelines, just fucking booing them, you know, laughing, waiting for them to fall. That's just a fucking bullshit ass mentality, man. Because you know you want it. You know you want to be right there in the side of them, fucking smashing. But you're too weak. You know, your habits have you fucking locked in sorrow and depression and envy and hate, jealousy, all that shit that you're building inside just because somebody else wants to do better for themselves. And all of a sudden you want to fucking just bring them down and, you know, try to talk them out of it. Fuck all that shit, man. We gotta stop all that shit, man. All this instant gratification shit, like I keep telling you guys, that it's gonna get you nowhere, man. These guys pulling up on badass whips, but like I said, once they get out of the car, fuck, man, they can barely stand on their fucking 10 toes and shit, you know, without fucking feeling this type of pain, or, you know, could barely breathe, can't even fucking clean their fucking own wheels from their fucking badass lowriders that they're fucking pulling in. Nah, man, you gotta fucking stop that shit, man. And it's, you know, I love lowriding, you know, I had cars, you know, I have cars, but the thing is that, you know, we always forget about what's most important, our health. So we gotta fucking realize that shit and change that shit. There's nothing wrong with fucking investing and putting money on these whips and you know, having that car of your dream. But that's just, don't neglect your fucking health. That's what everybody's doing. They're putting all their hard-working money on this fucking grand fucking car that they love and dreamed of, and forget about themselves, forget about their health, forget about what's most important. And what you're doing there, by doing that, you're actually fucking, you know, leading your kids that are watching you on the wrong path, because they're gonna do the same shit that you're doing. That cycle continues. How many times have you, I've been around the block for a long time already, man, and I've seen, you know, generations, you know, that it keeps just going, man. Their pops were fucking deep into the lowrider scene, you know, but they passed away out of fucking heart failures, health issues. But then here comes the son doing the same shit, you know, the same footsteps that the dad was doing, the same shit that they have, you know, that these kids picked up, you know, these youngsters picked up, the bad habits that their pops left behind. So the cycle continues. It never gets fucking broken. Now we gotta fucking turn that shit around, man. And we could be pulling up on badass whips, but hey, man, you should be getting out of that car feeling proud, feeling confident of all that hard work, sacrifice that you've been putting in on yourself, man. Because you got to be well put together as well. Don't forget about your health, which is most important. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with fucking wanting things, but a lot of times we put ourselves last, and that's when we have it all fucking twisted, man. Because you should come first. Without you putting yourself first, all you're doing is fucking putting everybody else at risk that depends on you. Get that shit through your head. Run this shit. Let's go. Change that shit.